Hey, it's Monday morning and I decided I would do something a little bit different this week and do kind of a day in the life of what goes on in my office here and kind of give you a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of just kind of what a normal day, a normal working day looks like. It's about, I think it's almost 8 in the morning, and I probably got up today around just a little bit before 7, and I had coffee and I read the paper, and then I come upstairs to my office to start the work day. All right, so coming into the office here on this particular morning, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. We got piles, we got all kinds of things going on. We got stuff on the desk. A lot of times when I come in first thing in the morning, that I do is if I've already had my first cup of coffee, I'll get my second cup of coffee. And I drink this kind of funny mushroom coffee stuff that I'll show you guys, that just something that I like, and it's easy. Yep, so just start the water, make that'll probably be the next thing that I'll do. I usually bring these bottles up in here at the beginning of the week. I haven't actually refilled them yet this week, but then I can easily fill this. I can also give the cats water. That's one of the things that I've got, a little water dish in here. The other thing I have in here are these reusable paper towels that I get from a company called Marley's Monsters. You can order from them online. They're also local here to Eugene, but it's just a nice reusable paper towel alternative. And once you're done with them, you wash them and then you lay them flat, and you can just roll them back onto the that paper towel roll there. On my desk today, or on my stand-up work table today, I've got projects for the next story kit, which is evening, and depending on when you're watching this, that's already come out. So I'm going to be working on the handout for those projects today. I also have pieces of me here on the table that I am getting ready to finish up in my pieces of me notebook there. I've got another notebook out. We bought a camper van, and so I'm setting up a notebook that's going to be just for camper van related stories. It's probably going to live in there. That's my initial thought too. Throughout my entire working scrapbook professional, and I'm saying professional in quotations, my scrapbooking life, I've worked from home. So I have never been somebody that went into an office for work. I had a couple different jobs before I started doing this, where I did work in an office environment, doing graphic design. And but since then, so since Simon was born, which was back in 2002, I've worked from home, and I can't imagine not working from home. I love working from home. I think it suits my personality really well. Like I'm definitely self-motivated, self-directed. I like the mornings. I get up and I try to get my work done as quick as I can during the daytime. But for Monday morning, the first thing that I often do here in the office is work on a Monday message for our One Little Word community of people that are enrolled in that workshop. We send out a Monday message each week, and we have guest instructors this year. And so sometimes it's me writing the message, and sometimes it's the guest instructor sending it to me, and then I get it formatted and sent out to our community. And that's what I'm starting with today. is also the time of day where I just check my planner and see what I have scheduled in terms of tasks that need to be done. I use a Get to Workbook planner. My friend Elise makes these, and this is what I've used for a number of years now. It's just simple, straightforward. I don't do any decorating in this, and this for me is just work related tasks and things that need to be done. All of our family stuff gets stored on a shareable iCloud calendar where everybody can see it. Things that I have on my list today, I'm gonna record a keynote. I'm doing an Instagram live this afternoon, a story chat with some of our creative team members. I need to do my one little word mid-month content. This is kind of like what I'm focusing on this week. Content for Hello Story 3 is on my list, and then that Monday message. There's probably some other things too, like I know I have another meeting. I have a meeting today about page protectors at 10:30. And then I have that chat at 4. So it's gonna be a full work day for me today. If you guys are ever watching my videos and you hear a cat meowing or a cat doing a cameo in the background, it's this cat. This is Sam. He's probably about 9 years old now, and he is my baby. He's my baby cat. And he spends most of his time here in the office when I'm here. He does like to go outside and be the little farm cat with our other cat sometimes too, but this is Sam. All right, so I was able to cross that Monday message off my list. So that's the first thing that I usually tackle. Today's Monday, obviously. It's felt like the best work day to document for you guys. So after I crossed that off my list and I've looked at my email and kind of double checked and, you know, is there anything else that I'm missing that I need to be taking care of for today? Then I look back at my list and I have 3 things. Actually, I need to add something else to my list. So I need to finish up the story kit content for evenings too. So then I look at my list and I say, okay, I ask myself 2 questions. One is, what's like the next thing that I have to do, you know, in terms of the priorities on my list, like which thing has the next deadline, and which thing do I most feel like I want to work on? So I usually have some, you know, flexibility between the deadline, the hard stop deadline, and this is actually the thing that I feel like working on today. So I'm lucky in that I do have some flexibility in getting to decide, you know, what do I actually feel like working on today? Where is my time going to be most used most efficiently, I think is what I'm trying to say in terms of thinking about the things that I need to do. I just thought of another thing that I wanted to add to my list here, which is just finishing up pieces of me, that documenting. That one I'll probably save for another day. So again, the things on my list today were I need to do a keynote for a Scrapbook and Cards Today event. I need to work on my one little word mid-month content. I need to finish up the content for the evening's story kit. And I have a new class that's starting called Hello Story 3 next week, and I need to continue working on that content. So lots of content development, content creation right now. That seems to be the main thing on my list. The other thing that I do spend a lot of time doing, so content creation is a combination of standing at my table and actually working on projects, and sitting at my computer and editing video and creating handouts, those sorts of things. So depending where I'm at in the timeline of the project, I could be standing at my desk or standing at my work table over there. I could be sitting here at my computer doing writing or editing, those sorts of things. Those are kind of the 2 main things. The other thing that I do that I don't have on my list today is actually designing kits and doing the graphic design work on those. I needed that, actually reminded me that I need to check in with Katie, who is, I don't even know what we're calling her now, but she's basically the boss. She tells me what I need to do. So I need to check in with her and see when the next story kit design deadline is, because I don't have that here on my desk and in notebook, and I feel like that's probably something that's coming up soon. So anyway, next up is kind of deciding, okay, what do I want to work on this morning? And I think that what I want to do today is I want to finish up the story kit content. I finished up all the video yesterday, so next up for me is working on the handout, and then I will film a presentation video for that one. So I do all of my handouts in InDesign, Adobe InDesign. That's the program that I use, and I literally have a template that I put in the kit, the photograph of the kit. This will all be written content in here, story ideas, and then I share all of my projects that I did, and then those all have how-tos below them as well. So this is just a look at kind of the handout in progress. All of these projects also have video that goes along with them, so that's part of what's in the classroom subscription content. But this is my next task. So I've been sitting here probably for, I don't know, at least an hour now. So I'm working on like getting up every hour and not just sitting at my desk. So I'm gonna go downstairs and refill my water bottle, just a little get up, walk around the house sort of thing. Yes. All right, I'm back at my desk after kind of getting lunch, walking around outside, and I took a bath because I was really cold. So that is definitely a benefit of working home, is being able to take a bath during the day. It also helps me with the creative work, especially all of the writing and like putting the content together. When I get to a spot where I feel like I'm starting to struggle, I try to get up and walk away and go do something else for a while. And taking a bath is actually often something that helps with that. So I did that. Now I'm back at my desk and I am getting ready to record the presentation video for the story kits, which is the first the main video for that subscription. Hey everybody, it's Allie and welcome to the Story Theme Classroom for evening. We felt like this was going to be a really good follow-up to the mornings story theme that we did a few months back. It's nice to have a little bit of a focus on keeping the focus just on the morning for one theme and then moving to the evening for another theme. All right, so I wrapped up my story content, which means I recorded that video to go along with all the process videos that I'd already done last week, and I have that uploading right now. And the next thing on my list is to work on a 20-minute keynote talk for an event, a Scrapbook and Cards Today event. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna go gather up some books I have about storytelling and go sit outside for a little bit, even just on my back porch, and kind of flip through some of those books to see, just to get my mind working about what I might want to talk about in this keynote presentation. I like doing these keynotes for different events. It's a really fun way to sort through and solidify and kind of make clear to myself what I think about certain things related to storytelling. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So some days I definitely have more desk work kind of activities. Today has just ended up being more computer related, and some days I just clean my office, and some days I have a different combination of things to do. Again, really kind of goes back to knowing what my overall like list of things that I have due or things that I need to complete for content, and then being able to manage the different projects and get them turned in at the correct time. All right, so I actually decided to come and sit downstairs instead of going outside. It was a little bit too breezy out there, but I brought down a stack of books, and what I'm gonna do, let me show you guys the books. All right, so this is the stack of books that I brought downstairs. They are ones that I've flipped through but not read cover to cover, and I'm gonna use them as jumping off points and inspiration for figuring out what I wanna talk about in this keynote. I also have my notebook here, and I'm just kind of starting to take notes and just thinking a little bit about how I want to approach crafting this presentation. Like, how do I want to break it down? What kind of, you know, facts or supporting information do I want to bring in? I think this is the kind of thing that people don't always realize, like, that I include as part of my work, is trying to do some research or trying to think through stuff. Not just, this is my experience with scrapbooking, but you know, what are some things about story that are science-based, and you know, kind of trying to look at it from a few different angles rather than just the crafting angle. So that's what I'm gonna do next. All right, it's about 3:30. I'm having some tea, and I am flipping through these books, and actually I kind of just started diving in, reading them. The one that I'm reading, or that I'm starting to read, is called The Magic of Memoir. And it's just inspiration and shorter stories and that kind of thing. And one of the things that I'm thinking a lot about is how, like in this case, I feel a little bit like I'm going to school, which is very exciting for me because I really like that. And it makes me think to myself, like, oh, what if I spent half an hour every day, you know, reading one of these books about storytelling or about memoir or about whatever, you know, something that I'm wanting to learn about. Because what I see this as is food, right? It's like food for my writing life or food for my content creation life. It's like I have to fill myself up with some of that stuff before I can, you know, condense it in my head or have things come out that feel real to me. So I'm having a very enjoyable time doing this today. This is not something that I do every day, but something that I kind of figured today would be fun to experiment a little bit with. Number one, getting out of the same environment that I'm usually in. Number two, dedicating some time for reading specifically about writing / memoir writing as I'm working on coming up with what I want to talk about in this presentation for Scrapbooking Cards today for their keynote. But also, you know, not only is it just feeding me for that particular project that I need to work on, it's also just feeding me for myself. Any sort of reading that I do about storytelling, about memoir writing, about writing in general, flows into all of the different pieces of my job and all the different things that I do over the course of the months and years as a content creator and as a memory keeper. Okay, let's hear it. What do you got for me?
Did you know that evening is the 77th story kit?
Wow. I'm doing a live.
That's so many. I can't even comprehend. All right, so after I wrapped up doing that Instagram live story chat, then that was pretty much the end of my working day. That ended about 5 p.m. So that was a pretty full day for me here in the office. Obviously lots of computer work this time. Some days are, there's more balance between computer work and table or creative work, and other days it's just more creative work, filming, doing that kind of stuff. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to see a little bit about what a kind of work day looked like around here right now. A couple things I thought of as I watched back, as I have been watching back the video today. I'm filming the end part here on a different day, is that it's fun for me to see how my work life has evolved over the years, from working by myself to then having Katie, who works with me, work here actually literally with me in my house for many years, a number of years. She came and sat right across from me over there, and now she works from her own home, and she's got her own kids, and just kind of the evolution of the way that we work and the way that the business has grown and all of the different pieces of it. It's fun for me to think back on it. I'm also thankful that I took the time to document what a work day looks like. I do, as you guys know, I do a lot of documenting for a variety of different things, but I don't think I've ever like filmed myself with the intent of talking about what it is that I do over the course of the day. You know, some of the time I've done the day in the life videos, and I've done week in the life videos every once in a while. Obviously, I've done lots and lots of that project with photos and words. But I think this will be really fun for me to look back on in the future, as well as what did a work day look like for me in 2021. So that's what you got today. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. If you have other specific like work life questions, I'm happy to answer those, or maybe in the future we'll do a Q&A style video one of these Fridays. But that's a wrap for today. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week.